2008, the ending was me, Cloud, Pistola, and Nexus, and then TD snatched up me and Ola.
Okay, that's how it
And
went.
for all of 2009, we teamed. We won 3 out of 5 events, and then roster changes happened, and then we teamed one time in Reach 2011. We got top 12. Not a very good team, but I don't think
Yeah.
that was our fault. And I mean, we split up, but it's whatever.
Yeah.
Things happen.
Yeah, things happen. I mean, Hysteria is a beast. I mean, you guys, you can look
Yeah.
up his gameplay. He's really, really good. Now, how is this format working for this online tournament? Is it best of threes, double elimination? Like, just so everyone who may not know can know.
Jaywalk's very lenient, and he asks us what we want. And obviously, it's time constraints. So the first few rounds are best of 3, but I think as we go later into the tournament, it's best of 5. And a good thing he asks us about for best of 3 is because we always think objective is the better team will usually win objective. So he was going to do Slayer, objective, Slayer,
Ooh.
but we convinced him to do objective, Slayer, objective.
Really? That's like the first best of 3 ever.
Yeah.
That's
And
like that.
He's really a good guy, very lenient. And then best of 5, and then he also has if you play each other again in like the finals or losers brackets, continuation.
Okay, that's actually really,
So it's
really
pretty
cool.
much like an old MLG tournament.
Yeah. That's really cool. So the best of 3 though goes what? Capture the flag, Team Slayer, and then Oddball, or random?
I think it's probably up to the teams at the time, like maybe Veto system or Jaywalk just decides on the fly.
Oh, okay.
He's always involved and he does a really good job every weekend.
Huh. Good for him. That's awesome.
Yeah.
So how is there for money up for grabs or what? What's
Yeah,
the
the
deal
last
with
one
that?
was a really short prize pool because it's pretty much based on donations, and someone that he promised him a donation did not come through last time, but this time they have come through. I think I've heard $1,000. I don't quote me on that, but it's free entry, so there's really no reason not to participate. Like you enter for free, and if you get like top 3, I think there will be a prize this time, and it's just really fun.
Now, online Halo 3 is an absolute nightmare. It's honestly like I would rather whip my testicles out on this desk and take a staple to them.
Yeah, that's where Halo 3 gets a bad rap because it is frustrating online. Luckily, for some reason, when I don't stream, I don't pull host at all. But when I do stream, I pull host almost every game.
Oh, well, you can't beat that.
and people
Put
tell
on
me
for
they
your
love
city,
my host.
bro.
People tell me they love my host. TJ loves it. He loves playing on it. So we kind of like get away with it a little bit. But yeah, I just wish people would remember how good Halo 3 was on LAN. It was almost as good as Halo 2, but not as good. I mean, Halo 2 is the best.
Now, with that said, how do you plan on like compensating for like the online factor of this tournament since it's so bad? Like for those people out there who have like no idea, like it's really, really awful. Can you win without a decent netcode?
Yeah, there was a few series where I didn't pull host, so you have to deal with it. These guys from like Washington, Hysteria told me that they bridge host and it was yellow bar the whole time, but
that's good.
You just gotta like truck through it and just because we're pro players, we're smart, we can use our smarts to our advantage and just make sure we stay disciplined, even though our shots may not connect. As long as we play smart, we're gonna beat them, which we did. We 3-0'd them, and we also played against Ogre 2's team one time, and I think Fear itself pulled host, and it wasn't terrible. It was fine. You just gotta like stay focused and don't complain.
Now,
complaining is contagious.
Yeah, no, it really is. Now, it's V7 is still the game type being used, correct? They haven't switched that up.
That's another thing Jaywalk is lenient about because obviously there was the 11 games types or 2010, but you also had Heretic Ball that was removed. He said he put up a poll. Do you want to have Heretic Ball in this next tournament? And I think a lot of people voted yes.
Ooh.
So we should see that again.
I don't agree with that at all.
Well, don't worry. No Lockdown Ball, no Onslaught TS. What else was there?
Yeah, but do you remember how broken Heretic Ball was? You died, you spawned underneath.
Yeah.
So basically how this worked is, like, let's say Richie and I are set up at red base, and you guys are pushing us, and you kill me. I spawn underneath your base, and I have a direct flank on you. It's absolutely broken.
If one team had the ball at a base, it completely dictated the other team's spawns. Like, if you had the ball red 2, you're going to spawn blue 1 probably, or blue 2.
Yep.
Every time.
Yep.
As opposed to Guardian Ball, where it's just random. Have fun with it.
Now, do you think that playing all this Halo 3 is going to help you with the Master Chief Collection, or are you just playing solely for, like, fun?
Pretty much for fun. If I wanted to really take seriously practicing right now, I guess you could play XVC, but XVC is very consistent. Either your host and everyone else is complaining, or someone else's host and you're part of the people complaining. So it's pretty much for fun, but I mean, it keeps you focused, keeps you sharp. You got to think in MLG players playing at a high rank.
Good. Awesome. Now, are you keeping the ambush name here moving forward?
TJ's joked about taking Final Boss just because he can, TJ. But
yeah? Why don't you take Final Boss? Is Ogre not using Final Boss?
I don't know, but I am not touching that.
Why?
There's no way. I'm not a part of Final Boss, and like if I were to team with Ogre 2 though, that's a whole different story.
You could take Carbon. I'm not using Carbon.
Yeah, but I mean, people know us as Ambush. It would be silly at this point to just take a random name unless we're part of a company or an organization. That would be another different story.
And that is true. You could actually do that, and I think it would be perfectly fine.
Yeah.
You should take the Final Boss name. That would just solidify like TJ's.
Yeah, I know. That would be like TJ's. Like he is the villain if he does that.
Oh, for sure. How is everyone else stacking up? Like, is Ogre 2 good? Like, is he getting into the swing of things? Like, what's going on with him? Because I'm not. I've been traveling so much, like I haven't played really any Halo 3 at all.
In that Jaywalk tournament, we played Ogre 2's team, which had a sub. I think it was Ogre 2, Royal 2, Snakebite, and Fear itself was their sub. Mm-hmm. And for us, it was us or myself, Lethal, APG, and Snipedown. So both teams had a sub. Both teams pulled host one series. We beat them 6-1, but every game was close. No one like stood out amazingly or did terrible. So everyone's still the way it used to be, I feel like.
Yeah. Is Royal 2 good at Halo 3?
I've only played him a little bit, but I mean he was a great Reach player, and I still think everyone
Reach is a lot different.
Yeah, I know, but I mean he won the No Bloom No Sprint tournament, so everyone, like pro players, really transition from each Halo to other Halos fine. I know he'll be fine, and Ogre 2, one of the smartest players ever to play Halo. We'll keep him in check.
That's true. Well, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to hop to a quick commercial break. When we come back, we're talking about bumper jumpers. Stay tuned. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back. Gandhi joined by Richie. Richie making fun of me for turning 25. How old are you now? 22?
I'm 22, yeah.
Jesus, you're old.
I know, I'm a veteran. I'm an old person.
You're old
TJ
now.
reminds me every day, even though I'm only a year older than him.
You're old now. Wait, TJ's 21?
He's going to be 21 in January.
Oh, he's 2 years. You're 2 years older than him.
No.
Yeah, you are. You're 2 years older than him, man.
Nope.
You literally are 2 years older than him.
It's Bradley and Matt that are the youngins.
Matt doesn't exist in Halo anymore.
Okay.
You have to
Bradley,
write that
that's
off.
the youngin.
Unless you guys go as Team Envy, Matt does not exist to you. Which you could do. That would be kind of sick.
Hey, well, you never know.
Yeah, that could be
You're not making a decision until we have to.
Yeah? When is that deadline for everyone out there who wants to know?
We don't know. That's why nothing's been made right now. We'll know when. I'll think about it, but I'm not going to do anything until I have to,
Yeah. All right. Well, with that said, I have a question for you, Richie.
Okay.
Looking at how MLG kind of does their COD League, would you want something like that for Halo or no?
Yeah, I think Halo, like, people will watch Halo every night, just like they watch COD every night. If there was a league, I'd be happy to participate in it. I'm not sure about everyone else's scenarios in life right now because a lot of this community is like it's being revived. It's not like the COD community where it's starting up.
Yeah.
So I mean, how many people will be able to come back and be a part of this? I'm not sure. I do think having like 5 or 6 events a year would also be great. I know Halo. Oh yeah, I know. Well, you asked, so I think Halo always thrive on that. Like, Halo was a in-person thing. People showed up to events. I'm not sure how great the views were. I doubt it was anything compared to COD is now, but people always showed up. Like Columbus 2012, I think was the most populated Halo event.
Yeah, it was up there.
Yeah,
I mean at least from Reach. I mean, no, I wouldn't say it was the most populated because, dude, think of like Halo 3, man. Those passes sold out in 5 minutes.
Oh, yeah,
256.
Yeah, I just remember the free-for-all for Halo Reach Columbus was they had to delay because there's like 500 people at the door entering.
Yeah, the FFA was huge, but I'm saying like team-wise, it was
team-wise, like Orlando 08 sold out in 4 minutes, I think it was.
Yeah, that was bonkers. We used to crash the MLG website.
Mm-hmm.
Which is nuts. Absolutely nuts. So, looking at this, Richie, I got a couple questions from people. that I didn't know if I could answer without being biased, and it basically goes back to Halo 2. Now, we both played it competitively. You played free-for-all. You were still very young, so you made your transition over to
I had a lot to learn at that point. Right.
Do you think we could bring back Sanctuary Snipers, or do you think that game type's like... Obviously, you know what I'm saying. I'm saying yes.
You're biased, so...
Exactly why I am freezing it to you.
It depends on, like, what is most important right now. Is it viewership, what gets the viewers, or is it the most competitive game types? And if you're talking about viewership, I think people would love snipers. If you're talking about competitive-wise, I'm not sure everyone would love a Game 5 snipers. You know, like a person like me, when I got TJ and Formal on my squad, I'm just going to sit there and shotgun and pray. But...
yeah. Well, I had Shockwave and Ghost.
Yeah, I mean...
and Karma. And no sex. It was, it was atrocious.
Exactly. If Scott doesn't have the sniper, you're screwed. But I've seen TJ play XVC a little bit. Once again, Halo transition, he snipes just as good in that game like any other game. Same with Matt. So I'm not sure for competitive-wise, though. I don't think it'd be the best. I think that's why they took it out after 06. But viewership-wise, I think a lot of people would like it.
Yeah, but so do you think it would stay in? Like, do you think you make the pool for viewers over competitive?
I think that's the way it's been nowadays, right? I think we saw that at the end of Halo 3 even, when they kept, for some reason, they kept Guardian Ball over Heretic Ball, and the argument was that more people liked it. And I don't know where they got those numbers, but that was the reasoning. So if that was the reasoning back then, might still be the reasoning now.
I wonder. You know, because they got rid of Capture Flag Beaver Creek as well at the end of 07. That was not a game type anymore, and I believe that should be a game type.
Yeah, I hear you.
I mean, like, you should, like, Host is big enough to where if you're going and you're lower seed, you're going to pick Capture Flag Beaver Creek. No one's dumb enough to say, okay, you have Red and Host. No one's dumb enough to do that, ever. So I think Capture Flag Beaver Creek should come back. I really do. I think we can probably...
The thing is we have a lot of time and a lot of people to talk about this now.
Yeah, but the thing is like, the best thing we can do is literally think about it now and then talk about it, because if we don't, then what happens is you get the last-minute bullshit answers that no one wants to hear.
Right.
Like, the last thing we want to do is be playing 7 midship team... like
Sanctuary, Midship, and Warlock, 3 different game types apiece or something, I know.
Yeah,
I think it would be nice to have like 6 or 7 different maps, and a few have 2. But I mean, great thing about Halo 2 is there are so many game types that we can rotate from tournament to tournament even.
Yeah, but like,
it doesn't have to be like a mandated 11.
Do you think you could do 13 and make it veto system, or do you think veto system sucks?
Veto system is complicated because I think in theory it's great, but when you get to an event, you're playing the same 4 game types over and over. I think. Just for an example, at RTX, we played Halo 4, and I think we played Skyline Flag and Skyline Slayer 5 out of our first 6 maps.
Really?
In 3 different series. Yeah, so in theory it's great because you're like, okay, well, you have 13 games to choose from, but in reality, each games, like Game 1 is Flag, you have 3 games to choose from. Game 2 is Slayer, you have 4 game types to choose from. So it sounds great, but it doesn't really work well. I do kind of miss set game types, like, okay, for this round against Final Boss, we got to play Onslaught Flag, Heretic TS, and then Narrows or Guardian Ball, whatever.
So you think no more veto system and just crush through?
I'm okay with either, but I do like how it used to be, and it forced everyone to play every game type. Because like going into an event, you could be like, okay, we're just gonna veto Beaver Creek TS every time because we're the last seed, we're 32nd seed or whatever.
Now, do you think, now since I have you here, I might as well go through all these questions that I have to be asking myself anyways. Do you think pool play into single LM like we're going to be seeing at Gfinity this weekend at the COD event is something we could do with Halo, or no?
I don't think people will be happy with single elimination at a tournament. I mean, granted, if you I think a thing could be cool if you won your pool, it's not single elim. But if you don't win your pool, you're putting it to basically loser bracket, you know? Because if you don't win your pool, then you obviously have lost the match already. So it's not really single elimination.
Yeah. So basically, it's like if you win pool, you go into the winners.
Yeah.
And if you lose, you go into the losers.
And you still have to lose twice. And if you lose once in your pool,
But the bottom team drops out. The bottom two teams drop out.
Yeah, bottom 2 teams could drop out. That's if we're doing like an invite-only tournament, yeah.
Well, I mean, with the Xbox Ones, it's almost like you almost have to do invite-only. I mean, UGC is going to try it for January 2nd through 4th, which like we still have to like sit down and crunch with the Xbox Ones. And that's going to be like, shit. Oh, dude, have you bought your crowdfunding t-shirt yet, you piece of crap?
No, I did buy my pre-registration pass, but I have not bought a shirt yet.
Dude, wild, bro. We've already added, it's like, I think we've already added like $1,500 onto the prize.
Really?
Yeah, so it's like,
this is how it's got to be done now. It's great for all the, especially for the smaller tournaments, you know?
Yeah, exactly. I think it's like, I think it's now like 11,500, something like that for the prize pool. And like, we have so long to go. And I think they decided, like, today is, like, the last day for this, like, set shirt. And then, like, they're starting the next one and then just keeping it fresh so people always are interested. But, like, it's actually, I think I would love to hit, like, 20K somehow.
That would be a big tournament if we hit 20K. And we still have a lot of time, too. And I think as it gets closer to the tournament and Halo 2 actually comes out, I think it will increase the profit, like, a lot more.
All right, Richie, 3 things you're looking forward to in Halo 2. Like, you just get the game, it's fresh out the box, you're playing it, go.
I mean...
3 things only.
So many things.
Nope, 3.
All right, well, the ranked playlists. And the playlists in Halo 2, every single playlist is fun. Skirmish, Slayer,
shit.
Snipers, Big Team Battle. When's the last time you heard the word skirmish?
I don't know, but I do know. When is Gamescom? Gamescom's not next weekend, but the following weekend, right?
I'm not sure. It's
well, I know
Gfinity, right?
Yeah, I think it's like 2 weeks after Gfinity. So yeah, 2 weeks after that. I know the ranked playlist details. Like 1, it's the same for 1, 2, 3, and 4. But I know everything's being announced at Gamescom.
Well, that's going to be something to pay attention to then.
I don't think we're going to have the exact same Halo 2 competitive playlist, just by the way. Like, we'll have the same playlist, but we won't have the same ranking system. I think it'll probably be more like Halo 3. Thoughts?
That's okay. That's okay.
You think that's okay?
I would prefer Halo 2. I want it to be, like, really rare for someone to be the highest rank, you know?
Yeah.
But that might promote cheating, but what are you going to do? It's either that or no one plays because there's no ranks. So, I don't like Halo 3s as much as Halo 2, but I do like having a 50 and just playing good games pretty much every game. But at the same time, in Halo 2, you know, I could be a pro player, but I'm not able to always put all this time into hardcore, so I won't get my 50 right away. I gotta be like a 42. I'm like, hey, Matt or TJ, let's go into hardcore. I want to get my 43. And you gotta try your ass off.
Yeah, it's a good point. And I think, like, in Halo 2, you had, like, different play styles, too. Like, people who were, like, 50 or, like, high up, like, 42s were assholes to deal with. Like, just bridging hosts, like, Soldier 187 and, like...
Yeah, you got to get boxes. You got to listen for the click in your Xbox for the new maps to make sure you're not getting modded.
God.
I think all that's going to be a lot better and more tolerable on the Xbox One. So.
I don't think you can really mod or anything on the Xbox One.
Yeah, I'm sure someone will find a way eventually, but I just think it's going to be a lot better of a, like, better security, you know?
Yeah, as long as I'm not getting standby'd every single game and, like, head-to-head, I'm ship
Oh, God,
shape.
head-to-head.
You think that... I hope that ships with
If that playlist is... that playlist will pull in viewers, too.
Oh, yeah. Head-to-head playlist will
Going for my 40 in head-to-head right now, and then you play some guy you never heard of, but he's good.
Yeah. There's a lot of people who are going to see, like, significant increases in their channels.
Like, when I started playing competitive, that's right before head-to-head was taken out. I think I played 1 game at a high level, and I got standby'd, and I was like, I'm out.
Interesting. All right, Richie. Well, it was a pleasure to have you on. Shout-outs, your streams, what are your times, all that stuff. Go.
Twitch.tv/Heinz. Me and Lethal will be playing again tonight, probably around 9 or 10 o'clock. Special shout-out to my sister. She's probably not watching right now because she has no idea what any of this means. But it's her birthday, so I just want to say happy birthday, Rebecca. Maybe you'll see this later in a YouTube video or whatever. And just thanks for having me on, man. I appreciate it. It was fun.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, as always, we love you, but we don't love you.